Hello and welcome to the No Name Ranch. I'm Kate. If this is your first time watching, which it very well could be because this is only our second video ever, welcome. And if you did watch our first video, welcome back. This is going to be another sewing video, but also kind of talking about what's been going on, what we've been doing as a family. So since the last video, we've worked goats a couple times, and the billies, which if you're not in ag, are the daddy goats. We put them in the same pasture with the nannies, which are the mommy goats, and they together will make baby goats. So that's a really exciting time of year because one, it's fun to see them all get to go together, and two, it means we're done working goats for a little bit, which feels really good because I don't get paid to work goats. I just have to be ready to do it for the good of the family. So I'm glad to be done with that. I know my kids are ready to be done with it as well. So we've done that. I've just been doing lots of baking. Every Sunday I try to make bagels for our Monday morning meals, and then I try to make English muffins so we can make breakfast sandwiches. I make all the tortillas. I make all the naan bread. So been doing a lot of that. Painted some cabinets in my kitchen because I hate the color that they are. I don't hate it, that's a strong word. I don't like the color that they are now. I just used a paint that we already had on hand and painted all the lower cabinets, and it's just stayed like that for 4 years. So it was time to actually paint it the color I had intended. And so I'm working on that. I have all the upper cabinets done, which is exciting. It's actually starting to look kind of the way I had envisioned it 5 years ago. And it really doesn't actually take that long. Like, it takes a few, I think if I worked on it, every night for a week, it would be done. And we could move on with our lives. But I am in midwife school, so that's kind of why that takes a back seat. And that's also why I don't get as much sewing done as I would like to, because I'm writing like a 10 to 15 page paper every week, which whenever I got my undergrad for animal science, and it was also actually funny enough in reproduction, but it was for animals, not humans, I wasn't writing this much. I was not writing a paper every week, especially not a 15 page paper every week. That was like a semester project. So it's a lot, but I love it. I just got home from prenatals with my preceptor, and we got to see 4 mamas, all at different stages of their pregnancies. And so that was exciting. I got to lay my hands on a belly today. I take a lot of blood pressures, which is not super exciting, but baby steps. But I got to feel a baby in a belly today. So that was really exciting. What else has been going on? The monarchs are here, which is super fun. They migrate through our area, and our ranch is actually a designated monarch way station, and we get a little sign and everything. So that was fun. That was my doing, because I have a garden that has native plants on it, and also we are technically a what do they call it, like a wildlife refuge area, because we have so much untouched land on the ranch that it counts as just being, wildlife rangeland. So the monarchs come through here every year, and they are here now, and I love them. My little daughter, she was looking out the window and she was like, the monarchs are here. And so it's super exciting. A few years ago, we actually were tagging monarchs for the Monarch Watch program, where they go down to Mexico where the monarchs end, and you can actually find out if your monarchs made it, and they help keep track of numbers that way. But yeah, I've been knitting more. In the last video, I shared that I was knitting a zipper sweater by Petite Knit for my husband, and I've actually made a lot of progress on it. Whenever I run these prenatal appointments with my midwife, we're in the car for like hours, and so I get to get some progress going. So this is my first time ever doing German short rows or a raglan. This is my first wearable knit piece ever. So lots of firsts on this, but I think it's going well. It looks a little small. I know that that'll get bigger with blocking, but my husband is a pretty big guy, so I may be getting a sweater for myself. And if it doesn't fit me, it'll fit my 4-year-old daughter. So somebody's gonna get to wear this sweater. I don't know who it's gonna be yet, but I'm afraid that though I did meet gauge here, I didn't exactly have the right size needles. And so I went half a size down, and I probably should have gone up. And I hate that I did that. So we'll just see if like aggressive blocking will fix this issue. But it's only up here that I did that. Only on the rib, the collar, and the rib truly, like, he's never gonna wear it all the way closed. So, because it's a zipper, you know, it's supposed to be kind of like, it would go all the way up, and he's never gonna wear it like that. So I'm just hoping that it'll be okay. And if not, it's mine. So, if this doesn't fit him, this will just be mine, and I will make him a new one. If it does fit him, I have some projects in mind for myself that I would like to do. One being the Sandok pants. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. Because again, I live in West Texas, and the only thing I know how to say correctly is like the Tex-Mex language. I was gonna say things like Spanish words, but we kind of appropriate them and butcher them up and make them our own. So yeah, Sandok, we're gonna go with it, and hopefully that's close to the way you pronounce it. But they're these super cool girl knit like loungewear pants, and I would love to go with it, and maybe not to actually sleep in as loungewear, but to do the, what's it called? Forgetting it now. There's a top, and I can see it written, it's written in all caps too on Ravelry. But it's a beautiful boat neck tank, and I want to do that together, like as a matching set. I don't know if I would actually wear that as PJs, and I don't wear a whole lot of loungewear, but that makes me like want to have another baby so that I can lounge around in my postpartum. But yeah. Okay, so I filmed the first part of that video when my family wasn't home, and they got home before I could finish. So it's like 2 days later, and I'm gonna try to finish this. My kids are outside, and then the baby is asleep. So we'll see, but you know, play it fast and loose around here. Okay, so I was gonna share the actual fabrics that I have picked out for this part 2. So let's go ahead. I shared in the last video that I had cut out, yeah, it's over there, that I had cut out this corduroy for my 3-year-old son, or almost 3-year-old son, and the 1-year-old is also getting this coat, and it's gonna be the Cozy Doe by Isee Fabric, or at least, I don't know if they're actually the ones that make that pattern. My kids are coming inside, so we'll see how this goes. And this is the accent. My daughter is also getting a Cozy Doe in this pink corduroy. I think it's so pretty.
Hi, that's me.
And then she is getting the same accent as the boys. And let's see. Okay, here's the kicker. I am also getting a corduroy barn style jacket. So I'm gonna use the French chore coat. Allie's designs, or Allie's patterns, it's on Etsy. And she also has that Cosette dress, which I have purchased, but I've never made. But yeah, so I'm gonna do this, and I think that I'm gonna use hers, either hers or Caden Naughton's Baja jacket, or Baja coat, whatever, you know. And again, with this same, to tie it all in, everyone together. So that's mine, okay? So we're all gonna match, and it's gonna be so cute. Alrighty, this is a white fleece that's, oh, I'm so sorry. This is, all this corduroy is from Blackbird Fabric. And I think that there are several companies that have it right now. I've seen it, I feel like I've seen it around. But yeah, all of those were purchased from Blackbird. This is from Isee Fabric. There was, I can't even remember when they had this, but they had a special on this fleece. And so I have 3 different colors of it. This is the white, and it's gonna be a bonnet for my daughter. That's what she ended up saying that she wanted. She didn't want a beanie or anything. She wanted a bonnet. So we're gonna do that. This is another one of the fleeces, and so that's the inside, and it's rolled. This one's thicker, I think, than the white. This is gonna be, I'm gonna do drop set pants from Lowland Fabrics, or Lowland Patterns, and that's gonna be drop set pants for my 3-year-old son. I keep saying he's 3, like I'm wishing time away. He turns 3 in December, so it feels like, you know, feels like it's right around the corner. And then this is a black fleece, and I am going to do drop set pants out of this, also from the same Lowland pants, but I'm also going to do, for both of my boys, I'm gonna do a quilted, like Southern quail hunting gentleman vest. And so I think that's gonna look really cool. And on that note, for my daughter, and I think I showed this in the last video briefly, but this is going to be a quilted vest for her, and this is actually out of a quilt. Somebody just like gave me this trash bag full of hand-me-downs, and this was in it, and I was like, so she's getting this vest, and I have the binding for it. I have this sweet like butter yellow binding to go with it, and I think it's just absolutely precious. Okay, this is also already cut out, and these are the Charlotte pants by Violet Field Threads, and the Ashland, yes, the Ashland top, also by Violet Field Threads. And this is going to be some cute flannel Winnie the Pooh PJs. Let me see if I can find the trims and stuff for this. I have this red velvet trim, and I can't remember if these buttons are for this or not. I don't think so. I think this is for something else. But yeah, it's super cute. And I have a white eyelet lace that is going to go on the bottom. This is going to be a ruby vest for me by Sydney Graham Patterns. So it's this really cool double gauze. That's the back, and that's the front. This is going to be the Daydreamer, I believe that's the name of it, Daydreamer pattern by Dear Billy. And this is like a map flannel, very, very soft, from Isee Fabrics. I'm so sorry, I'm doing really bad at telling you guys where this stuff is from. Hobby Lobby. Got a score, like $6 a yard. This is from Isee. This also from Isee. This actually has a pretty cool story. This is like a thick kind of jacquard or batiste. Actually, I don't know my fabrics honestly, but it's what I would imagine this feeling like if I knew actually what those were. Very structured. It's beautiful. It's this green. It has a sheen to it, and it's just beautiful. My mother-in-law gave this to me. Her mother gave it to her, and my mother-in-law doesn't sew, and I don't believe my grandmother-in-law does either. But I think, as the story goes, my grandmother-in-law's mother brought this back from Taiwan, like probably a very, very long time ago. So if that's true, this is super awesome. This is going to be the Indie Pinafore, and I think that's Little Lizard King actually. So this is gonna be a pinafore for my daughter, and it's such a special fabric, and I haven't used it because I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? I think a pinafore done really well, they can be passed down and continue along these women, you know, this line as something is better than it just sitting as fabric, right? Okay, this, I'm like quick firing this because there's so much. This really cool pinstripe, like almost railroad conductor. These are gonna be jeans. These are gonna be the Heidi jeans, and I believe it's by True Bias. And this fabric is from Blackbird, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we're almost at the end, I promise. Okay, this one. This is a 100% cotton, but it's like really thick, thicker than I was expecting. And I want to do, I'm torn because I either want to do kind of like a prairie dress, like a prairie skirt, or but kind of mash it to feel a little bit more Western at the waistband so that it's a little bit more structured. And I'm going to put pictures up of kind of what I'm thinking. Twig and Tail has one actually that I've never done one of their adult patterns, but it's like a lace-up skirt. And I feel like maybe if I mashed that, I don't know. I like the like Lonesome Dove aesthetic. Obviously I like Lonesome Dove. I have a son named Gus and a horse named Woodrow. So like, I like Lonesome Dove. So I'm kind of feel like, make me look like Lorena. Sorry. Okay, this was originally going to be I think it was called the Fairlin, and I believe that was by Little Lizard King, but I've changed my mind, and it's going to be the Isee came out with a romper, and I can't remember if it's called the School Day Romper. I think it is. And so that's what this is going to be for my daughter, and I think it's just going to be precious. She has so many dresses. I don't know. I thought this was going to be a little baby doll, like traditional farmer, farm looking dress, but I think romper. I got to go romper with it. And this is the cottage linen from Isee. You can tell I'm a fan of them. Sponsor me, please. This also from Isee. I promise I'm not currently sponsored. I'm bad with money, clearly, when it comes to fabric. This is going to be the Gwen. I'm pretty sure it's called Gwen dress by Caden Naughton. Thank you. Oh, bless me. The Gwen dress by Caden Naughton. And I don't know what I'm going to use for trim yet, but I just think this would be really cool like that. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's a hard color. Like, I will say, I wasn't expecting, it looked almost cream online, and it's totally like my skin tone almost. But I think having something like that has a barrier, and I'm thinking it's gonna have to be a blue, like a blue trim would be nice, or even a brown. Ooh, I'm thinking brown. Yeah, what do you think? Thinking brown. But since it's gonna be like have enough going on, I don't think it's gonna look like I'm naked. And if it does, I don't have any neighbors, so it's fine. Okay, and the last thing that I'm sharing, but is actually the first thing I'm going to make, is my baby boy's birthday banner. So I made my daughter one for her 4th birthday, and I was like, I've got to do this for all my kids forever. Every kid I have has to get one of these. And so I am doing, each a little bunting. It's actually technically bunting. B-I-R. I know how to spell birthday. Yeah. And so each one will be its own little flag. It's kind of like this. I'll put a picture of my daughter's up. And so these are the prints that I'm going with. I'm sure you can hear my kids in the background. They are playing choo-choo trains. Okay, this is what we're going with. And not in this order. I know that needs to be broken up differently. I had it in a really nice order and it got all mixed up. And then this is for the letters. And so I'll applique these letters on, and it's just gonna be so precious. And I can't believe he's already won. He's gonna be one in like 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, I have to make this really quickly. Wow, yeah, it's hard to find time because this is a really busy time of year for us. We have, I'm in school, and I think I've mentioned that. So that's crazy busy. I'm writing like papers and papers and papers every week. And so that's taken over all my nights. We're about to start, hunting season starts tomorrow when I'm recording this. No, not tomorrow. In 2 days from when I'm recording this. And so it's just like crazy busy. And yeah, so I don't know when I'm going to get to that, but I'm going to have to prioritize that for sure. Because I can't let him not have it. He would totally notice, right? A one-year-old, he's going to know that I made his sister one and not him. And then whenever that's done, I'm going to pick out my almost 3-year-olds and do his as well. So yeah, that's everything. And I would like to know kind of what else I should share on here. Okay. But like, I do a lot of other stuff too, you know. I'm a mom of 3. I've had all my babies at home, so if home birth is interesting to you, midwifery stuff is interesting, being a rancher's wife. What else do we do? I homeschool. And when I say I homeschool pretty lightly. I'm pretty new at it, so I don't know if I should be sharing any advice yet because my oldest is she's gonna be 5. So this is like our first real year. I cook everything from scratch for the most part, you know, within reason. I'm not making like my own chocolate chips or anything. But yeah, I do a lot of baking. I bake for hunters, I cook for hunters. And so I might do how I'm organizing that, how I'm hosting. That would be kind of probably interesting. I want to know what y'all's sewing plans are. I know in the last video, like 10 people saw it, but if there are more of you now, or if you are watching this, what are you sewing? What are you knitting? Did I share my knitting? Are you burping? But yeah, if you like this and you want to kind of keep up with the ranch, and I promise I'll share more than just sewing, please subscribe. I feel really goofy asking you to do that, but here I am. So yeah. Bye.